So how DJs can build a following in this day and age. So I just want to start off with a few things, what you might be doing now, and why you should stay and watch the whole of this video, because at the end of the video I'm going to give you the #1 tip on how to blow up your following as a DJ or producer, how to get in front of the right record labels, event promoters, club owners. This one tip that I'll share with you at the end is literally the reason why so many of my clients have got so many bookings through just doing one post on social media and getting so many bookings off the back of it. One girl had 4 bookings off the back of this one post following this tip. Another guy had multiple, I think maybe 5 or 6. Excuse me. So I'm going to show you exactly that tip if you stay with me to the end. But first of all, I just want to share with you what you might be doing now. So if you've got late nights, right, going on in your bedroom where you're up all night working, if your following stuck behind 10K, if you're dreaming of playing sunsets in Ibiza, if every demo and DM feels like it's disappearing into a black hole, or if you're working a 9 till 5 watching other DJs, your other sort of pals in the industry blow up and get all the bookings, or even all the influencers get all the bookings, then you want to watch this video, because this is going to change everything for you. And the reason why is because the DJ industry has changed, okay? The DJ industry has changed dramatically, so no one's actually changing with it, and this is why it's really hard at the moment. So stick with me, and I'm going to go through it step by step. So the first thing is, there is 1.2 million DJs on Instagram alone, and all they're doing is posting mixes, and this post your mix approach is dead, right? It's absolutely dead now. You don't get any traction, you don't get any engagement. You get nothing from it apart from looking desperate. So we need to change our strategy with this, okay? So I also want to talk about why posting content and the content that you post, and what this is doing. You're actually posting content that the algorithms are actively suppressing. Okay, so this sort of old style content posting where you're posting your mixes or whatnot, and you're trying to send these mixes to 100 people in your DMs to try and get bookings. This sort of content the algorithms are actively suppressing. Okay, and what that means is, haven't you seen it on Instagram lately where there's so many people just getting hardly any booking, they're getting hardly any engagement. They're doing a post and they're getting about a quarter of the likes and comments that they used to get. And this is why, because they're not figuring out how to actually beat the algorithm, and instead they're posting stuff that is suppressing the algorithm, okay? So how do we get around this? The #1 thing that we need to be doing is foundation building. So what do I mean by this? First of all, I mean mirror method. So what is mirror method? So mirror method is basically not being this fake Instagram success story, and actually being real with it, actually mirroring your followers, your ideal clients, your ideal people that you want to get in front of. So if that's record labels, event promoters, club owners. So if you're mirroring them, then you want to actually be sharing about some really hard stuff. You actually want to be really authentic and actually share about the true journey that you're going on, rather than sort of just having this beautiful Instagram with all the good stuff going on in your life. Actually share the hard stuff, because we know there's a lot of hard stuff, right? Because it's the music industry. So you're getting rejected, you're getting overwhelmed, you're getting all these things. But if you actually post more about that and the journey that you're on, you're going to get more engagement straight away. The other point is pain points. So connecting with who you want to be getting in front of, their pain points. So for example, if you want to be getting in front of an event promoter, you could also post something like, don't you hate it when DJs are unprofessional? Or do some sort of funny engagement content about DJs being unprofessional, arriving late, all of the things that the event promoters hate about DJs, and then try and spin it in a way that you're not that type of DJ and you also hate that, and that's also annoys you, and really connect with their pain points, because that will get a lot of engagement as well. Then we want trust triggers. So we want the club owners, the club promoters to trust you, to trust that you're going to do a good job if they book you, okay? So you want to think about how you can build this. And this is just, you want to think of like evidence. You want to think of posting other events that you're playing at and stuff like that to build this trust that you can get a crowd going, okay? The next one is momentum creation. So this, I want to start off by saying you want to be posting like storytelling stuff to build momentum. Like, again, going back to sort of the journey you're on and the real journey you're on, but telling it in a great story with your posts. The next thing is collaborations. So find other people that you can collaborate with and tap into their fan base. So for example, my clients, they get to collaborate with me on a track. So when I post that track and it gets released on Vivifier, we will invite the client as a collaboration person on the post as well as Vivifier. So then it doesn't just go out to all of my followers and all of Vivifier followers and all of their followers. It goes out to all 3 of our followers. And that's where collaborations can come really handy, because one of my clients, he started with like literally under 1,000 followers and collaborated on the post with me when we got to release stage. And I don't know how many followers I had at the time, but you know, in their tens of thousands, right? And then they grew, they got over 1,000, they surpassed that, and they grew even more by just tapping into my fan base. So collaborations is really, really important when you're trying to grow and build a following. And then utilize one piece of content across all platforms. Now, what I mean by this, some people like to sort of just post the same content on all platforms, but you can actually just make it a little bit different. So for example, if you're done a blog post, right, and you've got this big detailed blog post, you could then turn that into a carousel post where it's little parts of the blog on carousel pictures and they go through it. You could also turn that blog post into an actual video reel of you talking about the blog. So it can be one piece of content, one idea, but making it different across the different platforms. So you want like reels for TikTok, you want maybe carousels for Instagram, you want maybe like a full video or a picture or the story with it for Facebook. You want a full video for YouTube, and then the blog writing for a blog post, and all these, but it comes from one piece of content. Okay, so it's really good to sort of like spread out across different social media networks, just using one piece of content. The third really important thing is engagement. Now, how do we get more engagement? Because it's really hard to get engagement at the minute. There's so much going on social media. It's very hard to get engagement. So what you could do is make sure that every post you're putting a call to action to actually leave a comment, okay? So what I mean by that is at the end of the post, you want to put, comment, yes, please, or I'm in if you want this track for free or something like that. Give value, and in return ask for something in return. So ask for a comment, and then if you get all these comments on the post, that's really going to raise engagement, because the more people will comment, the more people it gets in front of. So that's a really powerful technique. But what I will say, don't just put at the end of every post, comment, love this if you love this. And people's not going to do that. But what they will do is they comment, I want this, if you're offering something for free of value. So if you're offering something for free and then you put on the end of it, comment whatever to grab this and I'll send it in your inbox, that's how you build a lot of engagement. Also, timing of the post. Now, I saw something the other day, and this is why you've got to be really careful what's on social media, because a lot of it is shit. Because I saw something the other day where there's like, oh, you can post a reel at every time. People are so caught up on the times of posts, but you can post a reel and it can, keep getting shown to the public, and it doesn't matter what time you post it. It does keep getting shown to the public if it does well, but that first couple of hours, that first hour is so important for your post, because that gives the platform an indication whether that's a good post or not. If it's getting loads of engagement in the first hour or the first couple of hours, loads of comments and loads of likes and whatnot, the platform is going to push that out more, right? It's going to push it out a lot more rather than other posts that don't get engagement. It's going to push that out less. So when someone says the time it doesn't matter, that's absolute bullshit. Because if you post at 3 o'clock in the morning, I know obviously we've got different time zones around the world, but where the majority of your followers are, and if it's 3 o'clock in the morning that you're posting there, you're going to get hardly any engagement on that post in the first couple of hours. So the algorithm is not going to push that out to other people because it's going to assume it's a bad post. So this type where timing doesn't matter is absolute nonsense. It really, really is important. So that's one thing. So listen, the truth is, in today's age, without a strong following, labels will not sign you, okay? And without releases and sets and stuff, you can't actually build a following because you've not got a lot to post. So it's a vicious cycle. So what can we do to overcome this? And this is where I'm going to tell you the golden nugget, which you're going to take away from this video. And it's about stories and tags. Now, I literally just done this years and years ago. I done this and it worked. And now I tell all my clients to do it all the time. And that is a main reason for why they're getting so many bookings through their social media. Now what you do is, and this is to get in front of record labels, event promoters, club owners, and even the superstar DJs of the industry. So what you'll do is you'll record yourself a mix on a decks, a video, do it as a video as well. And you'll make the track list of the mix. Not only should you post this on YouTube as well, but what you need to be doing is cutting that up into 15-second snippets of every track that you play. Once you've cut it up into 15-second snippets of every track that you play in that mix, try and fit as many in as possible. I actually fit in 30 tracks in a 1 hour mix, by the way. But that is just my mixing style. Some people disagree with that mixing style. Some people really like to play out the record, and I do if it's my own record. But sometimes I won't play out a full record if it's someone else's record. So anyway, I'm getting off track. But going back to this, you want 15-second snippets of every track you play, a video. And then you want to have this vertical as well. Then what you want to do is post it as a story, that 15-second snippet of you playing that track on your decks. You want to post it on your story, and then you want to make sure it's new music as well, so that you want to do mixes bringing out the new music of that week or that month or whatever, but it's got to be new music, preferably that week. And then you want to post it on your story, and you want to tag the artist and the label and name it and say it's a new tune. So you want to say, just dropped this tune, absolutely love it, whatever it's called, by the artist, all of the artists that's involved on the track, just released on the record label, and tag absolutely everyone on that story. Now, because it's a new tune, I can guarantee you the artists and the label will reshare that to their story, because they're doing everything that they can to promote this new track of theirs, right? And I don't care if you're the smallest DJ in the world with about 10 followers, if you're playing their track and it's quite a cool studio, you can even go to pirate studios, anywhere where it looks quite cool, and then you post that on your story and tag them and you're promoting it for them, they're going to reshare that, because it shows to their audience that people are liking this tune and it's getting traction, and it's going to help promote that tune because it's a brand new tune. They're going to do whatever they can to promote it at that point because it's brand new, it's just been released. Once they reshare that on that story, then all of their followers are now seeing you DJ, okay? All of their followers are seeing you DJ, and even better, all of their followers are one click away from your profile. So when I first started doing this was years and years ago, when I was trying to get into the scene or whatever. I done it with a Lee Foss tune. Well, I done it with multiple, but the one that sticks in my mind when I thought, wow, this is a good thing that I've come across. I done it with a Lee Foss tune, and he reshared it. I can't remember how many followers he had at the time. I think it was like 200k or something like that. And I had hardly any at the time. He reshared it. My followers rocketed. And you're not paying for anything. You're not paying for ads. You're not paying for followers. You're not paying for anything at all. All you're doing is tagging an artist in a story and they're resharing it on theirs because they want to, because it's a new track. And then all of their followers, 200,000 people, then see that story with my Instagram on, with me on, DJing. They tap on my profile. If my profile looks good, they're going to follow me. Right? And they're going to see who I am. And they're going to get to know me and my style and my sort of music. Honestly, that is an absolute game changer and a golden nugget. And what does that also do? It creates genuine fans, because let me tell you something. Everyone who's following, say Lee Foss, for example, like that style of music. That's why they're following Lee Foss. So if you're playing sort of Lee Foss style of music and he fits well in your sets, and now you're a DJ in that style of music, they're going to also think, oh, I like her. She's played that banger of Lee Foss's and she's playing other similar tunes in that sort of genre. I like what she's playing, and then you're creating real fans. And what else are you doing? You're creating opportunities, because now the record label has also seen you play that. They might check you out. They might check out your tracks. They might check out your mixes, right? And then when record labels see you, they're usually connected with event owners and club promoters, and they've usually got an event, and then you can start getting booking. This is the biggest game changer, and I literally just done it. No one told me about to do this. No one told me to do this. I've never learnt this from anyone else. This was all on me, just grinding hard when I was trying to get somewhere in the industry. And it's an absolute game changer and golden nugget. And do you know what this doesn't do? Right? This doesn't require, get this over. This doesn't require expensive equipment. You don't need expensive equipment to do this. You could hire out pirate studios to play on the decks. You don't need any equipment. You don't need a previous following. You can have 5 followers if you want to do this. And you don't need technical social media knowledge. You don't need to hack the algorithms. You don't need to do any of that. And you don't need to dance like a TikTok or more. You don't need to dance like a moron on TikTok, unless you want to. You might be one of them persons and you want to do that. But that's what you don't need to do. Okay, all of these things to actually build a genuine following, right? To build a genuine following on all platforms as a DJ and get in front of the right record labels, event owners and club promoters.